on 1010XL.
All right, I want to start it off this way because we're going to spend a lot of time on college football. By the way, it's the Sports Den. Why don't I just start like that? Like the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, which I still got a bottle of whiskey I got to get by there. Chris, I'm going to get by there tomorrow to pick up my bottle of whiskey.
Better hope.
Are you okay?
There.
Like you realize that we can eat in the
I had to
other
do
22 hours of the day?
Is that legal?
It's like every night.
I like it because it's like a at-home vibe.
It's the dip.
You know, you're hanging out with the
in my sports
boys.
dip.
When I hang out with my friends, we're eating, drinking.
Are those onion rings?
Yes. Who gets fries at Burger King?
Who gets Burger King?
That's a good point.
Burger King's underrated.
It's like here, man. Like it is. It's good. It's a decent burger.
Well,
I'm not going to give them any more pub because they're not writing any checks.
Well, we talked about it while you were doing crosstalk. My issue with Burger King is the fountain drink.
I pick and choose my my carbs.
The flame broiled though.
I need my carbs from.
Hey, this man's got a large onion ring, ate a Whopper and another burger. Talking about he's picking and choosing his carbs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get my carbs from a fountain soda, man.
That's awesome. Then you couldn't have got the onion rings,
right? Yeah, I would have to get. I mean, do you see this water here? This Alcavita, alkaline water. I'm living life healthy.
All right.
Kinda.
Get all that in a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, get to ABC if you need something to wash your onion rings down. Whiskey's good. Tequila, rum. Or you can go RJ and get red wine.
I told Baloo we're gonna do the world a service.
I like a good Merlot every once in a while.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
You can't unsee it now.
No,
that's right.
No, RJ and Hacker sitting around, sounding like each other, sipping on some wine. Look behind you.
Yeah. Like now, you close your eyes and talk.
Yeah.
Oh, we could get a Facebook Live going to that. Just get to ABC. That's the bottom line. I want to ask you guys something, though, because everybody's talking about quarterbacks, rightly so, because we're talking about the draft now. That's where we're at. We didn't even make it to middle of October. We're already talking about the draft. Y'all tell me the definition of a franchise quarterback, or better yet, go through the league right now and tell me who is a franchise quarterback. Because people use this term franchise quarterback like there's a black and white, like this is what a franchise quarterback is. And I want to do this little exercise. I have not done this. I thought about this on the way in, where we're going to go through the league. And I bet you there are several quarterbacks that at one point people said were a franchise quarterback that ended up not being.
A theory and practice of football segment here.
Russell Wilson, franchise
definitely
quarterback.
Franchise.
This is why I wanted you guys to make your top 10 list.
Well, we're essentially going to kind of do that.
That's basically what it is.
We're going to do that later in the week because I actually have a spin on that I want to do because I like your idea.
And before we get to the rest of the quarterbacks, I think I'm owed an apology about my take about Deshaun Watson. I know I'm not going to get it.
Why would you be owed an apology?
Because he is the most overrated quarterback, and he showed it on Sunday.
Why are you literally hijacking the very segment I'm doing right now? Like, I'm getting there.
Good. Thank you.
Man, maybe we do need to have show meetings.
I was criticized.
Okay. Russell Wilson.
Definitely.
Drew Brees.
Was. He's pretty bad right now.
I'm going down
I agree with that.
I'm going down the list right now. He's not bad. He's not a friend. Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. LeBron James of football.
That's so disrespectful to LeBron.
Very. But
I'm
the
going
only
LeBron
thing
later.
I have right now. Tom Brady technically is the LeBron James. Joe Montana is the Michael Jordan. Do you know why?
Played in an easier era.
No blemishes.
We're not doing this.
No
Y'all
blemishes.
just talk.
No blemishes. We're waiting on you're looking up stuff. So we're feeling it. You can't have dead air, Denny.
Jeez.
We got a guy coming in and looking at us. We don't want any dead air. We want to be professionals in this thing.
Coming in to look at us?
Well, make sure we're on point.
You can save the time. I'm still looking for another franchise quarterback right now.
You ain't said Patrick.
Well, no, I'm going down. No, I'm going down the list. Like I've got it. Like I'm down the AFC West. Obviously, Mahomes.
What about Lamar?
Who?
Lamar.
No. He's not, is he?
Well,
I mean, he's got an MVP in 2 years.
So he's a franchise quarterback.
Right now,
to me,
if we had to pick, yeah.
Go ahead.
Doesn't a franchise quarterback mean to you someone that you don't have to worry about year in, year out? Do we need to grab a guy?
Okay.
Do we
Okay,
need
then
to
let's do
draft
that.
a guy? Or
That's fine.
This is like somebody. I'm not saying he's great or a top 10 guy or whatever. I'm just saying a franchise quarterback means, and I do think Lamar's a top 10 guy.
Okay,
then by
your
I
definition, and this is what I want to get to. I want to know what the definition is. By your definition, is Jared Goff a franchise quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, by your definition, is Kyler Murray?
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
That one's arguable after yesterday, but I would still say yes. They went to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to pass on Tom Brady right now because of his age. Teddy Bridgewater, no. Matt Ryan,
no.
He was. Though, right?
Yep.
Dak.
Yeah, he was.
Well, notwithstanding the ankle.
Yes, of course.
What about Carson Wentz?
No.
The reason why I say no with Carson is because has he finished the entire season? You can't say he's a franchise quarterback means if he goes down, our season's blown.
He had one MVP quality year, which he didn't finish, and then besides that, he's been very average.
Daniel Jones.
Who?
I say yes.
That's a boy from New York.
He's 0-5.
I like him. I know that sounds crazy.
No, that's Eli Manning
behind
Jr.
me
is not it.
That was insane.
I'm not even gonna say Mitch. Matt Stafford.
No, I don't. I've always thought he was just mid.
Okay, now by this definition though,
if he went down, the Lions would still be the same.
No, he went down last year, and they were like the worst team in football.
Well, I mean, if Daniel Jones went down, they'd still be 0-5.
When have they been in the playoffs?
Daniel Jones to me has a high ceiling. Okay, I'll take Daniel Jones out of there. Fine, but
see,
Stafford to me, you didn't have to worry about getting another quarterback. He was pretty good. He put up insane stats. I don't think he was the problem in Detroit. So I would say yes for him.
Here's what I think about Matt, and this is why I say this. Matt had a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Megatron, who we can all as a family say, if he was with a better quarterback, he would probably be considered the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Bro, he put up insane numbers.
He did on teams that only made the playoffs once.
Dude, Matt Stafford chunks the ball.
I get that.
I don't know if he would have had.
But what I'm saying is, if you have,
I think if
you
he
had Megatron
franchise, he would have won more playoff games.
He wouldn't have put up more numbers. He would have won more games. But
and
he would have
been more famous.
You can't look at Matt Stafford and say he doesn't do numbers, but you can look at him and go, he doesn't win.
Okay, and that's to be honest, which would you as a quarterback?
I would rather have the win.
I'd rather have the win.
Yeah, I'd rather have the win. What I'm getting to here.
There's plenty of wide receivers out there who would say the opposite, by the way. Rather have the numbers.
Oh, well, sure. Absolutely. So not just wide receivers. Almost every position. What I'm getting to is actually pretty simple. When we talk about franchise quarterbacks, that is a fluid list.
Yes. Absolutely.
From year to year.
Week to week almost.
If you want to talk about the best of the best, then you are talking Mahomes, Wilson, Aaron Rodgers,
Minshew.
Sure, I'll give y'all Lamar. And the only reason why I say sure, I need to see it another year.
That's fair.
But I mean, that's it. Literally, that's it. Is Deshaun Watson a franchise quarterback?
Yes.
Because they paid him, or because he's that good?
Because he's good enough to where you're not going to be able to get a really good quarterback in the draft. A. B. He's just good enough to get you to the playoffs, so you're not going to go looking.
Is he a
for
generational talent?
No.
Okay, so if the Texans run off 1-15 this year,
whoa, I would be shocked by that.
Did you see them yesterday?
I know they're terrible.
They're awful. I mean, they're going to get another win against the Jags, but just play along with
them.
So
2-14.
If they run off 1-15, and we all agree that Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent.
Oh, you take him.
So you take him,
Absolutely.
even though you okay.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's where I'm going with this.
Right there, man.
Because
Clemson on Clemson violence.
You're looking at I didn't even think about that. You're looking at several teams that are going to face that decision.
Yep.
The Jets with Sam Darnold.
Oh, they're
the Falcons.
They know about that. They know what they're doing.
I got you.
Giants.
The Giants. The Vikings are 1-4. They're the best 1-4 team in the league. I mean, without question.
Yeah, they won't be down there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to win a game in 3 years, as bad as they are. Cincinnati's 1-3-1. That tie is going to save them. The Chargers are 1-3. They just drafted Herbert. The Broncos are 1-3. They just drafted Locke. You see where I'm going? Like, just because you draft a quarterback in the first round does not automatically make you better.
Look at Josh Rosen for an example.
Josh Rosen's out of the
that guy's
league,
already
right?
on his third or fourth team.
Did he
Never
sign?
got a chance. Yeah, I think he's on the practice squad for the Bucks. Hold on.
The Jags have
Yeah,
had.
Trash Josh is on the practice squad.
Yeah, Bucks.
Let's go through the first round quarterbacks the Jags have had. Blake, Blaine, Byron, right?
Wait.
Matt Jones.
Matt Jones was a wide receiver we drafted. Two of those guys.
Played quarterback.
That was our fault. That was nobody. Like, we pushed the issue. Like,
Dude, they would have been
reached.
drafted in the first round, just not in the top 5.
They talk about, wait a minute, not Blake. Blaine Gabbert. I remember the talk because it was interesting. We were at it was at Tilted Kilt then. I think it's Colehans now. There was a run on quarterbacks. No, my bad. No, that's why Christian Ponder got drafted. Never mind, that's why it was. But like they went up and reached to go get him. Like at 10.
I will agree with everybody that if you can get Trevor, go get Trevor. I don't know. Like, Justin is good. Justin Fields is good. He's really stinking good. Generational? I don't know. I mean, the last quarterback to put up crazy numbers at Ohio State is the third string quarterback that they said won't even practice really. Like, I mean, I don't slow down on the Minshew talk. Good and bad is my bigger point here. If you can get Trevor, go get Trevor. If you can't get Trevor, you sure you want to give up 2 years of development? Like, are you positive? Or do you want to try to get somebody in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round? Like, are you sure you want to take these years or this year where you have all of these draft picks and a chance to build a franchise? Because can you have a franchise quarterback without having a franchise? That's another question I had. Like, the Jags as a franchise stink. It's not the quarterback's fault. I'm not sure it's ever been the quarterback's fault. You could say that they may have won a Super Bowl with somebody other than Blake. They may not have gotten to the playoffs with somebody other than Blake. The franchise is in disarray. It's not just the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Andrew Luck and he went into the Colts, they had a franchise. They had pieces around him. That's why they won right away. You look at Deshaun Watson. He went in with the best defense in the league. That's why they won right away. Patrick Mahomes went in and sat behind Alex Smith. They had all these weapons. That's why they're winning right away.
Yep. That's why I keep saying, like, you just get the pieces. And if it still doesn't work, there's some other quarterbacks that are coming that will fill in. Like, that's why I was saying, like Russell, like I was saying, it's a team game. You got to put, like, you have the best team always, the best team wins out more than likely.
I mean, look at the Ravens. That defense, I mean, come on. Lamar is doing great things.
If Lamar played for the Jags, he wouldn't be considered a franchise quarterback.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Which of the franchise quarterbacks would be if you put him if you dropped him on the Jags team?
Most of the top ones you said.
Mahomes?
Yeah, of
Who else?
course. I would say Mahomes, Russ, Rodgers,
I'll give you Aaron Rodgers.
Kyler, because the ceiling is so high.
Man, Kyler's on a better team now and barely winning.
He's definitely got better wide receivers.
Yeah, but you don't think if Kyler was on this team right now, people would be like, all right, we got our guy?
Well, I guess he is 3-2, actually.
But I see what you're saying. They're still struggling. But, like, if Kyler was on this team, don't you think you would be like, this is the guy?
I think when you're drafting, when you have
guy.
the first overall pick, you get 4 years.
If we go to L.A. right now and turn on radio.
Lakers.
Well, yeah.
I ain't worried about golf.
What are they saying? Are they saying golf? They're not even talking quarterbacks? Like, you know, if we go to these other markets that we think...
Last year they were. Last year golf was a very controversial subject because people were like, well, the guy just went to a Super Bowl, but he sucks. Like, what's going on? Why does he suck this year? This year, he's sort of coming back to the one that we knew before. He's pretty damn good. This is their guy.
The Washington football team drafted a quarterback in the first round, and all hell broke loose.
He didn't even show up to the stadium yesterday.
They had to change their name. They've got sexual harassment charges. Like, I mean, Daniel Jones was drafted last. They're 0-5.
We still didn't. Nobody understood the Daniel Jones thing.
I'm with JJ. I think he's actually a good player.
I like him more than Darnold.
I'd
Oh,
take,
okay, yeah.
I'd take Trevor.
But he makes big time throws. The problem with Daniel Jones is he turns it over like every game. That's his number one.
That-
Like the
that team's
person,
bad,
like
too.
the person he looks like.
Who does he look like?
Go look at Eli Manning.
Yeah,
Oh,
they could be brothers. They legit could be brothers. Let me grab Mookie before we have to take a break. Mookie, what's up, man?
Mookie's down 1-0 to the Braves right now.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie, what up?
Hey, guys. When are we going to address the real problem? It seems like season after season after season after season, we keep bringing good people in. They either get hurt or they go mad. The real problem is the team has been cursed with that church lady curse. Nobody's talking about this year after year. Have y'all heard about that church lady curse?
I don't even know what you're talking about on any level,
Yeah,
Mookie.
I don't
Okay,
know.
sure. Okay. It's when Rasheem Mathis came on the team and his mom borrowed that church lady's car and never brought it back. And then she said they were going to take care of it. Never took care of that lady. And she said, okay. A few years later, she said they're going to be sorry until they ever take care of that situation. That lady got credit went bad and everything. But as that church lady, she said they're going to be sorry until they take care of it. And this has been
Do you
years
know that
ago.
lady? Is that your mom?
No, I heard about it, but
Oh.
they've been talking about it every now and then. But I mean, it's kind of like the Bambino curse, and I'm thinking, nah, it
Who
can't
is
be
that?
true. But
But Mookie, I want to know who I need to be listening to because I've never heard this story, and I've been in Jacksonville
you-
since.
I
Right.
love it though. I'm looking it
you
up.
serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Who is they? You plug them. Like,
never,
is this some
never heard of the
podcast? Or-
church lady curse? Like, because
No, I'm dead serious because I heard about it before. But
I
it's
mean,
been a
we've
little
heard
while,
about
and-
them banning the two guys that tried to fight the Seahawks. That's the curse. It's the two guys that got banned for trying to fight the Seahawks players. If they let them back in, we're in business.
Apparently, there's
Well,
also a Falcons church lady curse.
Well, the reason why I say it's got to be something to this because it seems like no matter who you bring in, they get sorry when they leave the team. They get good. They get on championships and they win MVPs and stuff. But when they come here, they look like high school players. I mean, it's like we've tried everything else. We've tried everything else.
All right.
If you can find the lady,
Yeah.
it's hard to call in
Yeah, I don't
because we
see-
need to get this reversed.
Yeah, I see the Atlanta
immediately.
Falcons thing. I've Googled it. There is nothing on the Google. I think Mookie
I'm
may
gonna be honest
high.
with you. If this is true, we need to rectify this. This is This is very simple.
Yeah, we could get this taken care
We get
of.
this taken care of. If the church lady, now listen,
No, don't ask her to call in.
no
I don't
random
believe
church
she's real.
ladies. Yeah, I don't think that. Like, if you can verify that you go to church, 2 that you're a lady, and then 3
You had a car stolen.
that you had a car stolen.
About
well,
15 years.
About 15 years ago. But how does that explain 2017?
But I also want to know who are the MVPs. Who's left and become an MVP?
The Jags didn't reverse the curse by not getting to the Super Bowl in 2017. That's a shame that people bring up 2017 as if that's some
It was the best
crazy
of time.
year for them. Like
JJ.
they got. I understand that, but you don't reverse curses by almost.
JJ,
getting
you
to the
reverse
title
curses in
game.
Duval by going 500.
When we first got this show, and I said, if we ever win 5 games, if we win 5 games,
Damn.
throw a parade.
That's
And
how I
people
feel
got
this
really
year.
mad
We
at
should have had the parade.
We should have had the parade. If we had, if we had the parade, you know what we would have by now?
A ring.
Lot J.
Oh,
And if if we had Lot J, you know what we would have by now?
absolutely a
A
ring.
ring.
At least
doubt.
one.
Low crime rates.
Mad dads would be happy dads.
Mad Dads have a penthouse. It would have been the original Lot J.
Because he wouldn't have had to spend his time stopping violence in the inner city, and he could have
It's Lot J.
started a business.
It handles it. We got to take a break. We got injury news to talk about. So we got Dr. Swanson coming on like he does every single Monday night. Doc Swanson coming up next.
During football season, you'll find first-class tailgate parties all over the First Coast. Get yourself entered in the ultimate tailgate. Win a family barbecue feast from Sonny's Barbecue. Want a bite? Enter now at 1010xl.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go to learn all about what they're doing over at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. I talk about knees and shoulders all the time, but maybe you got back issues, foot issues, spine care, joint replacement, hands, wrist issues, foot, ankle, any of that type of stuff. They've got it handled for you. They've even got a chiropractor right there on staff, pain management as well, physical therapy. They do it all. Locations near you with the best of the best doctors around. Get to se-ortho.com. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Today's debate, Beaver Toyota versus Beaver Chevrolet. Why would someone buy a new car from you?
We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes.
Who has the best-selling vehicle?
We have the #1 selling car in the world, the Toyota Camry. Well, we have the #1 selling truck, the Chevy Silverado.
So when is the best time to buy a car?
Right now.
Come see why Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine and Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville deserve your vote.
This message has been approved by Linda Beaver.
Baloo here for Wren Beach Rentals, a local vacation rental company. They specialize in high-quality oceanfront vacation homes for rent. Looking for a last-minute romantic getaway or planning a family vacation? What about the holidays? The Nights of Lights in St. Augustine is right around the corner. They have 40 beach houses in South Ponte Vedra and Volano Beach, perfect for small or large groups. Go to renbeachrentals.com. That's W-R-E-N beachrentals.com. Tell them Baloo sent you and get a 5% discount.
If you're a business owner, property manager, or run a restaurant or hotel, are you tired of your garbage company raising their prices with hidden fees? What if you could add to your bottom line and declare your freedom with the exclusive fixed price guarantee at Freedom Waste Management, a family-owned, locally based waste management company? Visit freedomwastemgt.com to talk to an expert and lock in your fixed price guarantee, premium service, and competitive pricing. That's Freedom Waste Management.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. crmjax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010xl.com.
Payday is an important day for most of us, but then you get hurt on the job and you miss a paycheck. Then you miss another one. Then you learn there's a dispute over your workers' comp benefits. That's when you call me, Eddie Farah. I don't like it when someone gets hurt and the company they've been loyal to messes up an important event like Payday. It's your money. I'll help you fight for it. Call me at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Jacksonville.
You'll hear Pete Prisco, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, every Friday on The Frangie Show, brought to you by Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Every Monday and Tuesday, Wingstop delicious boneless wings, only 60 cents, all day long. Leon Searcy here. Order at home for Monday Night Football or during lunch on Tuesday. But don't miss out on the 60-cent wings with your favorite mouth-watering flavors. Download the app today or order ahead online and skip the wait. To go or delivery, open until midnight for a limited time every Monday and Tuesday. Enjoy 60-cent wings only at Wingstop.
Can't stop. Wingstop.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and the neat thing that we've discovered through everything that's been going on, Greg, is that families can get out and have a good time on some of your rides.
You know, it's a great point, Joe. We have seen many families come in, taking advantage of the off-road products. You can get outside, get away from the crowds, and still spend time with your family.
We're talking dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides.
All the above. Anything in dirt, we've got it.
Side-by-sides, check them out right now. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
Every Monday night, we bring Dr. Swanson into the Sports Den. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Not really anything to talk about.
It's another regular old Monday.
It's another regular Monday. Of course, I'm kidding. I don't want to start with Dak, though. I want to actually start with positive news. And I thought about you yesterday whenever I saw Alex Smith go into the game. And as a doctor, when you see what that guy went through to play again, we looked this up last night. Alex Smith has made $180 million in his career. He didn't have to come back. He didn't need to come back. Are you like, I'm assuming everybody else is, nervous for the guy when he's coming in there that knee's not going to explode? Or as a doctor, do you know if he's been cleared, he's cool?
I mean, so if he's been cleared to be out there, after all the surgeries he's been through, I think he had 17 surgeries, 17 or 19, something like that. I mean, with the talk of amputation, everything like that. I mean, his injury was a 10 out of 10 on the severity scale. So if he's out there and playing, he's 100% been cleared to play, which means he basically has no greater risk of injuring that knee or that leg. It was more like his more like the lower leg than the knee exactly. He has no greater risk of injuring that leg than the other leg.
Doc, I respect you. And you're the expert, but I don't believe that. Like, how? How can you tell me that a dude's had 17 surgeries on a body part and he's at no greater risk than I am?
Because it means that it's healed. They wouldn't, no doctor would allow him to go back out on the field in a contact sport if those bones weren't healed completely.
James, is it just me or is that hard to fathom?
That it's all the way healed.
Now,
yeah.
Now, was I nervous? Just knowing that he was out there? Yeah.
If I was the doctor, would I sign off on it? No. But, but I know the work that we got you, Doc. I see what you're saying.
But I mean, it's an amazing story. I mean, just every aspect of it, right? I mean, if you had $180 million, would you go back out on a football field?
No. I wouldn't have 17 surgeries.
No way. If you had
$80 million
surgeries and you had $180 million, would it even cross your mind? I mean, so
80,
what's motivating him? And then, actually, the other thing I thought was unbelievable story of perseverance to fight through all that, to even take the field in an NFL game. And then I looked at his numbers at the end of the game and I was like, maybe he should retire tomorrow. Like, he proved he could get back out there, but I mean, maybe that's
still the best Redskins quarterback.
No, I mean, if you have Aaron Donald on your back and that knee holds up, you're good.
He also had a offensive lineman
2.2 yards per pass.
He had an offensive lineman grade out at a whopping 0.02, I believe. It was something crazy. Like, you shouldn't even be able to.
What, his blood alcohol?
No, like the offensive. Let me try to see if I can find it. But it was, I think the guy who was blocking Aaron Donald basically didn't even pat him on the butt when he walked. Like, he just let him go.
Alex Smith's QBR was 2.
Oh wait, are you serious? I didn't even look at the stats.
Dude, they got sacked
he was 9 for 17 for 34 yards.
Yeah, he came in later in the game, but they had like 10 sacks, dude. Like, I wouldn't necessarily put it on him. I know.
I'm just like,
he's
I didn't
playing the best defense in football with basically a Jaguars-esque type squad in Washington.
9 of 17.
But I think if I were him, I'd retire today because I'd say, man, I fought back from injury.
Yeah.
I got back on the field. I got my $180 million, and I ain't doing this.
Aaron Donald had 4 sacks yesterday.
Bro, Alex Smith dropped back 17 times, and he was sacked 6 of those.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not on him.
They don't want him playing. Like, 17 times, and you get sacked 6 of them?
Is that bad?
Wow. That's not counting how many times he just got hit too.
And he is just happy to be here, guy. He's just a smiling.
His poor wife had to watch that.
Oh my gosh! Did you see her when he went in?
She's very worried.
I was too. I don't even know the dude, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was right. Wes Martin's pass block grade from Week 5, brought to you by Aaron Donald. This is the Pro Football Focus Washington. Oh, my bad, not 0.2, 0.2.
0.2?
Yeah.
So it was just barely higher than Alex Smith's QBR.
3.2 QBR.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is that even possible?
Wow, that's tough. That's tough.
That's this guy.
He looks like somebody I just saw at Golden Corral last time I went. He don't look like. Wow. I mean, Doc, you're making me feel better. In one way, you're making me feel worse because I wanted to just hop on the Alex Smith
love fest.
Yeah. But in another way, you're making me feel a lot better because I'm looking at the Washington football team stats from yesterday, and oh my gosh, like the Jags may win the Super Bowl compared to this. They had 70 yards passing, and they had 14 rushes for 38 yards.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Jags versus Washington would be a hell of a matchup.
Dude, the Jags would smoke them. JJ, they had 108 total yards.
Yeah, it's not good.
The Rams ain't playing around this season, man.
Oh my gosh, they only ran 44 plays. Wow. Thank you, Doc. You brought some.
Kyle Allen looked pretty good.
I mean, if we're trying to keep some listeners on the radio, we probably don't want to talk about the Washington football team for that long.
Let's talk about a bone break that went through someone's skin.
Yeah. So the most surprising thing, and Doc, I've stayed off your social media today because you're the kind that would post that picture or something, and I don't want to see it. But the most surprising thing about the Dak Prescott thing is they said today that he'll be ready in 4 to 6 months.
Yep, that's about right. Mm-hmm.
That's what they said, 4 to 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't put the dash in it. Okay.
Oh, you think it's 46?
I was 40 years. What did he do?
4 to 6 months. How similar was this to what Felipe Franks had last year?
I don't remember off the top of my head if Felipe Franks, if he had an open fracture, meaning if the bone poked through the skin or not. So I don't remember that off the top of my head. I know he had a bad ankle injury.
Did Dak poke through the skin?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he had an open wound, which is similar to Alex Smith, and that's what led to so much trouble for Alex Smith was that he had an open fracture as well. Again, meaning that the bone pops out of the skin, which increases your risk for infection tremendously, and that's what ended up getting Alex Smith into trouble. He had multiple infections afterwards, which led to all those surgeries, and that's why Dak had surgery last night because you want to wash that wound out immediately to try to decrease that risk of infection as much as possible.
So that's why they took him straight to the hospital.
Correct. Yeah, and I mean, so two reasons for his injury. One is his ankle was dislocated. A lot of times you can get that back into the correct position without surgery initially, but the open wound means that you want to go right to the operating room and clean that out as quickly as you possibly can. And then if it looks fairly clean and if the wound isn't that bad, then a lot of times you can fix the fracture at the same time. And it sounds like that's what they did.
How would he be reacting in the ambulance on the way there? Because to me, he was in so much shock. He didn't look like he was any pain at all. But I'm thinking, like, when does that change? When does he snap out of it and be like, this sucks. This hurts so bad? Or does it never happen?
Probably initially it's shock and adrenaline.
Because he was just sitting there looking at the ref like, hey, look at this.
That shock and adrenaline probably gets you off the field. And then, in the facility, they may have the ability to kind of put it back in place.
The ankle.
And once it gets back in place, then you get incredible pain relief once it's lined back up.
Oh.
And then it can go into a splint. And once it's lined back up and in a splint, or an air cast, that they have, then there still is certainly pain, but it's not the excruciating pain. When any joint or bone is dislocated like that, that's when it's incredibly painful.
So you're telling me
this is the worst conversation I've ever
had. I guess I can understand that. But I guess technically if you're already in pain, what's a little bit more pain?
A lot.
Sounds
The old
awful,
major
like,
pain.
yeah, you want me to get something?
Take your mind
off that pain.
Should someone have broken his fingers?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at. I'm trying to visualize what you just said, and I can't. I'd be like, okay. No.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Relax.
I'm ready. No, stop.
Yeah. Or you just got to be like, hey, bird. Just like, because there's got to be quick hands, right?
Yeah, I mean, so again, it depends a little bit on on the pattern of the fracture and things like that. But even in the emergency room, I mean, you can inject lidocaine into the ankle joint, and then it numbs it up well, and then you can put it back in the right position and put it into a splint. You know, when somebody dislocates their shoulder on the field in a football game, it's incredibly painful, right? Not exactly the same as breaking your ankle like that, but a lot of times right away on the field you can reduce it and put it back into joint, and then it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt anymore, but it goes from a 10 out of 10 pain to a 2 or 3 out of 10.
Right. I've done, like, I have a shoulder that used to pop out. That's
so you're like
very accurate.
Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon. You're
Not
just
quite.
Flinging yourself into a wall.
The first time they popped it back in, I almost punched the doctor.
No, it has nothing to do with any of the sports. But is that even safe or sound like what Mel Gibson was doing in that movie?
To pop your own shoulder back in?
Yeah, like to just keep, like if it keeps coming out, you probably should take some time off work, right?
Well, he was in the middle of like a war.
Well, maybe go
banging it against the wall or whatever he was doing is not the.
Is that what y'all do at Southeast?
Can you like move? Like after you do that,
technique.
Can you have full range? Like, you shouldn't be able to like. It should hurt. Like you shouldn't be able to operate, like fight. You shouldn't be able to fight and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a movie, right?
Really talking about a movie with a real doctor right now?
I believe that Mel Gibson could have done that.
There's people who believe this stuff is real, and I want them to know that.
I got a serious question for Doc. I got a serious question. So
thank you.
Yes. Well, kind of a serious question.
Like I'm not staying up for this mess.
I already got yelled at for the mask last week.
As an orthopedic surgeon, do you look at that situation yesterday with Dak and go, oh man, what I wouldn't give to be the doctor in the middle of Texas Stadium, America's team working on their franchise quarterback? Is that like the pinnacle of orthopedic surgeons? What's bigger? What's better than that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the guy's gotten a lot of airtime over the past 24 hours from being out on the field and then from, coordinating his care. But so the Cowboys team doctor isn't even the guy who did his surgery. They had a foot and ankle specialist come in. I don't know if he was already in Dallas or they flew him in or something, but the actual team doctor didn't do his surgery.
Have you ever been flown in anywhere to do a surgery?
No.
We need to make that happen. Doc, if I'm ever out of town and I hurt something, I'll fly you in.
Like
commercial that's great, or
private?
Oh, no, be straight commercial.
Oh, okay.
Like,
coach or can I get at least an egg?
And we're not paying for your parking at the airport.
Doc, you can't bring a bag.
No bags.
I need an exit row at least, man. I'm 6'6". I got to at least have an exit row.
Jags walking wounded.
The defense is banged up. I mean,
do we believe that all those guys couldn't have played though?
Could we tell a difference?
They played better than they had.
Right. Like I won't go back into this, but so Doc, we always hear players and coaches say that you're never 100% once the season starts. That something's always hurt. Like you've been around sports your whole life. How true is that statement? Like the majority of the team, is every team operating at this point in the year at 80%? And does it collectively go down from there? Or what's your experience with that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Especially, I think it's true in all sports, but I mean, I think it's even more true in a contact sport like football. I mean, once you start playing real games and taking contact, I don't know if there is anybody who's 100% for the whole rest of the season. I think 80 to 90 means you're pretty healthy.
I mean, what when you were playing, James, halfway through the season, where would you say you were at?
Probably like I'd say 70.
Yeah,
75.
And did it just stay there? Or did it
just
get worse?
It didn't get like worse. Like once I was shot, what happens is you get in a routine, and
but you go through the week, right? Like if you're playing on Saturday, on Sunday you're at like 30%.
Monday, so what happened is 40. Actually I was hopped
Tuesday,
up on
50.
caffeine, and like
Well, that's what y'all were calling it then. It's caffeine.
no, seriously, like what is a soup pack? Really, you know, all right, the first aid kits they have like the aspirin, and it has the caffeine in it, so we would take like 4 of those before halftime, and then
Heart
Red
rate
Bull.
going.
Remember when Monster Energy drinks came in the same can as Red Bull?
Red Bull.
2 of those.
With the aspirin with the Red Bull.
With the Red Bull.
Okay.
Not Red Bull.
My bad. Monster.
Because Monster tasted better.
Okay.
Halftime, only 1 Monster and only 2 soup packs. I go through the whole game. I'm wired. I don't feel anything.
Well, I guess
when
so.
I broke my hand, I knew it was going to hurt really, really bad when I came down because I felt a little twinge. And I was like, uh-oh, that ain't good. I wouldn't go to sleep. Then we go out clubbing, drinking. Well, water, obviously.
Right, to hydrate.
And then I wouldn't come down until about 4 o'clock. I would actually go to church. I would get up again, go to
You
church.
went to church with alcohol in your breath?
And caffeine.
Okay.
And
4
then
a.m. or 4 p.m.?
a.m. Well, we didn't get home till like 4 a.m. And that's if I got into some extracurriculars.
Oh, Jesus.
With the church.
Did you bring her?
No. How do you know that? Well, yes. But no. But no. We had mandatory check-in, and I would go get the little treatment or whatever. The first time it spooked my roommate because he wasn't a football player. We were playing Madden, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I fell asleep in the middle of playing Madden, and then I woke up the next day like on the couch, and I felt like 8 o'clock. I felt like I had been in like just all kinds of anarchy and car wrecks.
Doc, is that the way you would have prescribed to take care of this whole situation? Game day atmosphere for James Coleman?
Yeah, I mean,
aspirin and Red Bull.
That seems like a great regimen. I mean,
sounds like a cokehead diet.
That's what my cousin said when I told him that. He's like, dude, he's like, you just did an 8-ball, bro.
and that might actually have been safer.
If you've got knee or shoulder issues, get to Dr. Swanson. I've been sending him cats like crazy, Doc. Like, unfortunately, this time of year stinks, but great for y'all. But if you've got knee or shoulder issues specifically, get to Dr. Chris Swanson at Southeast Orthopedic. He's the guy that works on my knee, only guy that I'm going to let work on my knee. You should do the same with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Doc, I appreciate the invite for golf, but I had all kinds of stuff going Saturday. Can I take a rain check?
Yeah, man. Sounds like you're jammed up on Saturday.
Yes, I was.
Before you go, Doc, did you watch? I know yesterday was a blowout, but Friday night's finals game. Did you happen to watch it? One of the best finals games I've ever seen.
So I was at a high school game covering Trinity Mandarin. I got home for with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, that was incredible.
Yes, it was.
And then last night was kind of a dud.
It sucked. I'm glad it got over so fast. I got to watch Sunday Night Football instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man,
Doc,
Friday was awesome.
Yes.
Doc, we appreciate you as always. We'll talk to you next Monday.
All right, y'all have a good week.
You too. Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic. I'm telling you, the best right there with knees and shoulders. When you go to SE-Ortho, when you call them, if you've got a knee or shoulder, make sure you ask specifically to go see Dr. Chris Swanson and tell him you heard him on the Sports Den. We'll be right back.
Hard work and persistence are the building blocks for a successful offense.
All I want today is all you got.
Each week, Plunks Concrete, Recycling, and Demo brings you the offensive player of the game.
Let's take it down the field and win it.
On 1010XL.
Blue here for NASCAR. Just go to NASCARts.com for a new or pre-owned golf cart. They have a mobile service. Come by, give you a brand new battery. You can upgrade your ride. They're open and available with a 24-hour service. Customize your cart. Favorite team, Jags, Gators, Knowles. Family owned. Visit NASCARts and allow our design team to build your dream cart. Visit NASCARts.com for new or used golf cart repair and replacements. NASCARTS.com.
Frank Frangie here for Renewal by Anderson. Quotes for a limited time. Buy one window or door and get one 40% off. Plus no money down, payments, or interest for 12 months. Go to renewalbyanderson.com. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 7613.
Baloo here for Russ Morris at State Farm, the #1 auto insurance company in America. Why not be with the #1 agent in America? That's where I go, russboris.com. Now, at State Farm, they do the most auto and home policies of any company in America. Why not package it together? That's right, your auto and home insurance all in one policy. Superior service, product, and great rates. Visit russboris.com. So again, for the very best in auto and home insurance, visit State Farm. That's russboris.com.
If you're involved in a legal dispute, call me, Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial lawyer at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000, and take back control of your life. Office in Jacksonville.
The Florida Theater is back and rocking with 38 Special. Hit after hit after hit. 38 Special. December 10th at Florida Theater. 50% capacity. Seats are limited, so get them fast. 38 Special. Tickets on sale Friday, October 16th. Call the box office or at floridatheater.com.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. 924-0006. Or online at customconcretejacks.com. That's customconcretejacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 12, 1979, Boston Celtics guard Chris Ford scores the first three-point basket in NBA history in a 114-106 win against Houston.
Jaguars fans, let's tackle social injustice together with Selfies for Change. Visit TIAABank.com/selfies for change to take a virtual selfie with a Jaguars player and unlock a $5 donation to the Jaguars Foundation to help fight social injustice. Share your photo on Instagram or Twitter using #SelfiesForChange so more fans can be part of the movement. Join us today at TIAABank.com/selfies for change. TIAA Bank is the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fisherman stop, where seafood lovers shop. Fisherman stop, the ultimate seafood shop.
Frank Franzi here for Big Chief Tire. Do you need an oil change, brake inspection, suspension check, or alignment service? Double check the safety and performance of your vehicle without being bombarded by salespeople pushing flashy products or services you don't need. Big Chief Tire has been locally owned and operated by the same family for over 50 years. This is a team you can trust to treat you well and to get the job done right the first time. Visit any of their 4 Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios, QUIK, QuickDrawRapidTesting.com. Go over there, get tested if you've been exposed to the COVID, or if you're worried about it, if you're not feeling well. $40, 10 minutes.
After we thought about it, yes, it is random that it's $40.
I think you set the price. $40 for 10 minutes sounds very familiar.
That's the new marketing plug.
I've never been to a jail.
Get to quick draw rapid testing. While you're there, by the way, it's off St. John's Bluff. While you're there, you can get some of that 8-hour hand sanitizer. I mean, it'd help us if you just double up on it, do it every 4 hours.
On Saturday, when you were watching the Florida State game and you went live a couple times, James, was that from there?
Yeah.
That's a good setup. A good
You were there?
guy setup, multiple TVs.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, it's amazing there. Now, when you go get the testing, you ain't going in there.
No.
Nah. I mean, unless you get nah. If you have a large group, they set it up, and it's all sprayed down. It's all COVID free.
Yeah.
Saturday, you needed a multiple TV. Saturday night. Saturday in general.
We're getting to that now. But get to quick draw rapid testing. QUIK drawrapidtesting.com. If you're a business owner, go ahead and set you up an account there. Make sure your folks are getting in and out and you're finding out, staying on top of this. Yeah, what a crazy college football day. I mean, I think we can all just agree that for the most part, like college football is like the rest of 2020 this year. Like it's just broken. Like we have no idea what is going to happen from week to week. And I say that because Ole Miss scored at will against Alabama. Like, I mean, even the best of the best teams, we haven't seen Ohio State yet. Clemson looks to be legit. But Clemson's also that team that year after year will go and have an overtime game against North Carolina or
they have a game
Syracuse. You know what I mean? Like it's something like that from year to year. This is one of those years that I think it's anybody's guess how this whole thing turns out at the end of the year, which makes it fun, by the way.
Why do you guys think the defenses, and this isn't just in college, but in general in football, in the COVID era that we're in, there's zero defense being played.
I think it's
unless you're playing against Mississippi State,
the wussification of football. And this is not going to be hate because this might be a business venture that I go into in a different manner, but the prevalence of 7-on-7 football, while it means well because it gets you throwing the ball, catching, doing some different things, but it's kind of that's what kids focus on is the highlight. They don't focus on the game. So you're getting guys better prepared for that. But really, I believe the SEC in particular is dictated by the alpha dog. And the alpha dog is Alabama. And when Saban decided to open up his offense and make it and basically spread it around, the defenses follow suit until somebody really figures it out.
We're certainly not. They
tough.
haven't figured it out yet. Because every game in the SEC looks like the Pac-12 or Big 12 now.
Yeah, every game everywhere.
Big 12,
It's everywhere. I think a lot of it this year does have to do
lack of practice
with the loss of strength time too, strength and conditioning time.
I'll give you that because I'm not saying if anybody should be not as crisp, it should be the offense.
Right,
defense is more instinct.
Because what you're seeing is, and we'll go ahead and get there. Like Florida's issue, their main issue is tackling. And like if you watch the teams, like I'll watch that Kentucky Mississippi State game. What Kentucky's doing really well is tackling, and what Georgia's doing really well is tackling. Like it sounds so simple, but it's missed tackles absolutely kill you.
But from what I was listening to people say with the failures of Taggart and Kendall stressing his emotions about why he wasn't able to be successful is the inability to have the reps in practice and go up tempo. To be up, you have to go fast. The problem is that the teams that really, I guess, need that kind of offense, you miss out on fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that was a staple that I remember when I came in, the first 4 periods of defense, they did this thing called Big Four. So 4 periods, 5 minutes. It was a tackling circuit.
Mm-hmm.
They go for and that was something. And boy, if they had a rough tackling game, they got a chance to really make sure they got the Big Four in.
Yep.
Matter of fact, one time Chris Ricks threw a lot of interceptions in the game. And
one time,
a lot of times, but it was this one time in practice, and Coach Andrews got pissed. And he told him, he said, if you're gonna have to get out there and make a tackle because you keep throwing interceptions, you need to come out here and do big four. So the quarterbacks did the big four tackling circle.
That's hilarious.
So
well, Miami did that last year.
Well, no, Miami did hamburger drill or bull in the ring and all that other stuff. So, but I see the teams that really put an emphasis on it also run an offense that's not all the way immersed in that. It's more pro-style principles in that offense still. And to be honest with you, I heard somebody talk about that's literally the only way. Like Brett Venables, who I think is one of the best at doing this, outside of LSU with an epic defense and an epic offense, the only offenses they struggle with are pro-style offenses.
Because they don't see it.
Because they don't see it as much.
By the way, Georgia fan called to remind us that their defense gave up -1 yards rushing on season.
And they haven't given up a touchdown in 25
I don't know
games?
why he's calling
rushing
us to
touchdown.
remind us of that when literally we've been talking about their defense being an NFL defense all year long. I mean, call me when you win a natty.
Early favorite.
Something we
for,
haven't been talking about.
Early prediction for, I believe it's Halloween, Florida, Georgia.
I don't even want to get it. I want to get into Georgia, Alabama.
Oh, they're gonna lose down.
That's this week. Like here's my plan. My plan was kind of to talk generalities for a segment and then get into the games, the individual teams, because there's so much to talk about. But like college football is always entertaining every year. But man, this year you can watch like that Texas-Oklahoma game was bananas.
At around 3:30, like when the noon games were ending, or when that one should have been ending, there was 3 games that were like amazing.
I know.
And it was before the 3:30 slate even started. Like college football is so lit without these cupcake games.
I mean, I get the reason for the cupcake games, and the cupcakes are going to hate to hear this, but I think those days are done. You're going to have a hard time peeling back SEC fans from 10 games.
Once they've gotten a taste of this.
Bro, I mean, it's so much stinking fun. And you know what it'll do? It'll make every conference better, because we always talk about where kids want to go play. Kids are going to want to go play in all these conferences. Like ACC playing a 10-game schedule, everybody playing a 10-game schedule. It's just that much more fun. Can you imagine a normal year where the stadiums are full and you're at UF and you play your one cupcake game to start the year, or no, maybe you don't. Maybe you play Utah or Colorado or Texas, one of those teams they've got on the schedule. And then you play your 10 and then you end with Florida State. Think about that. Or bump that, make it the Miami game the first game every year.
Please.
Play your 10 and then end with Florida State. Are you serious?
How can you complain about that?
The ratings and the revenue that would generate?
I think if they went ahead and expanded the playoffs to 8 teams, I would.
If they would do that, go 16. Like if every team would do something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like now what happens is colleges become pro. It's become pro because it's acceptable
to lose
a few games.
Yep.
Like right now, nobody does that because you have to be undefeated or a one-loss team.
Is there anybody outside of Clemson that you feel comfortable right now saying it's going to go undefeated?
Good question.
Ohio State.
We haven't seen them yet.
I'm sure they will.
Out of the ones playing right now, no.
I don't think. I think for the reasons we were just talking about, I don't see Bama beating. It sounds weird. I don't see Bama beating Georgia. Actually,
whoa! I couldn't disagree more.
Because of the tackling. That's the only reason. I think the team that has the best defense is going to be the one that ends up winning that game. I don't think it's because Georgia's exponentially better than Bama all of a sudden.
I just don't think Stetson's going to be able to do what Lane did.
Listen, here's the great thing about this Bama Georgia game. This thing's got a chance to be epic because it's the best matchup that we'll have all year. The Bama receivers against the Georgia DBs,
freaks.
My gosh, oh my gosh! Like I mean, if you're Mac Jones right now, and you go out and you have a game like you've had the last 3 weeks,
Mike Jones,
you're winning the Heisman. Like you may go first round if you can play against Georgia the way you've played the last couple of weeks. But that individual matchup of Georgia's DBs against Alabama's receivers, you could charge pay-per-view prices for that. This is the first game that I've seen this year where I hate that there's not going to be 100,000 people watching it. that would be one of those games that it just shows over TV. By the way, Texas A&M had dang close to 100,000.
Yeah, not 25%.
No, gosh, no. Did you watch any of that, James?
Mm.
Bro, Texas A&M was rocking.
Oh, you missed that game. That was so good to
I
watch.
what was I was handing out.
Oh,
that's
right.
right.
Backpack.
But I will say this though. Social media, and it couldn't be like a regular show. It could be a YouTube show that would probably be popular.
Okay.
If somebody just takes their phone and just screen captures Big Three Twitter during games.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was selling out.
It was
just a troll like crazy.
Because it was great. Because again, the Miami guys coming in, FSU fans like, we can't lose this game. Either Jimbo's losing or Florida's losing. Either way, we win. And the shock and dismay of Florida fans.
Oh, how they've turned on Grantham is just
you have
amazing.
the best defensive coordinator in the state, but you guys really hate him. Like it's a hate. That goes.
JJ, you watched the
It's
game,
the
right?
pink shirt, I think.
You
It
watched
really
the
is.
game, right?
Yeah, I watched all of it, beginning to end.
It was one of the most frustrating games I've ever watched. What were they, 12 of 14 on third down?
It was outrageous how good Mond was.
Yeah.
Especially on third down. But it definitely has never played that good in his
I'll
life
say
before.
this though. For the first time, I think Mullen is really losing the press conferences. To blame the crowd noise, even though I know what it was for. I know
Did
he
you hear
wanted
the
to
whole
fill
thing?
it. I know he wanted to fill the
That's
stadium.
not even what he was saying.
What was he saying?
Yeah, if you go listen to the whole thing, it was kind of like tongue in cheek. Somebody took that one thing.
Okay.
It was.
Well, I have 20 seconds of it.
Yeah, it was like he was basically saying what we're saying. They can say there was 25,000 there, bro. There wasn't 25,000.
But who cares? It has no outcome. Like that doesn't matter. Like,
He was saying next week. Here it is.
But
crowd was certainly a factor in the game. I will certainly say that. I know our governor passed that rule, so certainly, hopefully, the university administration decides to let us pack the Swamp for LSU next week. 100%, because that crowd was a major factor in the game. And so I certainly hope our university administration follows the governor. Our governor has passed a rule that we're allowed to pack the Swamp. We have 90,000 in the Swamp to give us that home field advantage.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so what,
I mean, it definitely played a role in the game. It plays a role in every game. Would you rather have 90,000 or would you rather have 10,000?
I mean, I would rather have, if I'm on the road, I would rather have silence. But I do know this. Florida was favored by how many?
6.5.
Should have been more based upon, because this is an offense that scored 17 against Vanderbilt. Like, Florida's defense, as bad as people want to, they're not worse than Vanderbilt. And so that's my issue with that. But then the other side of it is, he says, we've played three, like when they were talking about Grantham, he says, and that's how I know he scored 17, because a Florida person said that. He was like, what if we played three really, really good offenses?
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah.
We know that's not true.
Yeah, you probably could have just shut up. Like, you don't have to always have an answer. Sometimes it's better to just be like, hey, we'll do better.
I'm wondering from the Florida side of things, like the reality is that this game, in the big scheme of things, doesn't mean anything, doesn't change anything. Like, it's still going to come down, right? It's still going to come down to that. If you win the rest of the games that you should, it still comes down to Georgia, like bottom line. But there was so much swagger in Gainesville. It's hard to have swagger when you give up 41 and when the other team goes 12 for 14. You're going to take a confidence hit. And by the way, have y'all seen the stats for oh gosh, his name? Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Marco Wilson.
Yeah, they were ripping Marco. He didn't have a really good day, I'm assuming.
Marco Wilson, the DB at Florida, when thrown at, Kellen Mond was 7 of 8 for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's 16 and a half yards per attempt, bro.
Yeah, I think he's the one that got burned on that last long touchdown where the kid blew out his knee. It was embarrassing. Having a white guy blow past
He
you like
blew
that.
out both his ACLs
On the touchdown. I don't know about both, but he tore his knee up on the touchdown.
because that was
Now
one of
he's
the
out for
things
the
they
year.
were roasting him about.
I don't know what the answer is for Florida's defense. Like, I mean, the easy thing is to tackle better. But even then, I wanted to go back and watch the game again. But even then, like, I'm not sure if you tackle better that it just doesn't delay the inevitable, because I don't think we were hitting them behind the line or even at the line that much. The Florida front's not good. It is what it is. The Florida offense is just going to have to outscore other people like that. It's that simple. And when you have the ball at the 50-yard line in a tie ball game with what, 3.5 minutes left, JJ?
Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe even more. Jimbo did a really good job of.
No, I'm talking about Florida. When Florida had the ball at the 50-yard
and they
line,
fumbled. That's what I'm saying.
with
Jimbo did a
3.5 minutes,
really
you're
good
supposed
job
to win
of
that
rolling
game.
down the entire clock.
Like, you are absolutely supposed to win that game. No questions asked. You got all these weapons. You've got a field goal kicker who can kick it from the other 10, it seems like.
But what do you think about all the Gator fans blaming the fumble on their loss? I mean, I've seen so many people say that this guy can't hold the ball. I can't believe he was even doing the carry. It's like, wow, you guys are so.
Are they
blaming
using the? Are y'all using the Miami guy?
No, Lingard's not been in. No,
is he not cleared, or is he just not any good?
He's cleared.
Same thing as at Miami.
So-
there was like rumors that he just wasn't that guy.
I wish we.
Well, JJ, to answer your question, I don't blame the fumble, but if he wouldn't have fumbled, they would have won.
Yeah, to me that's like a
I
very
mean-
simple way of thinking about the game, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can't forget about the previous 57 minutes of pure toast.
And then how easily they went down the field immediately after that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just.
And was Jimbo really crunk like that at the end?
Oh
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a big win for them, man.
Huge.
It's a massive win for them.
They've been giving them the business.
Yeah.
I had a lady in my neighborhood stop by. Her husband said he played for Texas A&M. He's slightly older than me by a lot. But he said, I said, hey, man, I'm not going to say I like your school, but I'm glad your school did the Lord's work today. And he didn't say anything. She reached over him and said, I don't care for him either. I'm like, right on, man.
Well, I mean, you look at Texas
we
A&M.
united.
They're now at Mississippi State, which all of a sudden looks like an easy win. Arkansas at South Carolina at Tennessee. I mean, they're going to end up. They should win their next 4 or 5. And now all of a sudden they're right back in it at 7-1. They've already played Alabama. So I mean, LSU, or is anybody scared of LSU right now?
No, not at all.
Anybody scared of Auburn?
No, I think people are looking forward to Auburn.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you look at Texas A&M's schedule, they may be double-digit favorites or close to it in every game left.
Is Auburn LSU this year going to be on the SEC alternate channel at noon?
I know. What a
fall from grace
game. Let me let's get to the phone lines. I'm gonna go Matt first because he's staying on Gators, and then I'll get to Andre. Matt, what's going on?
Hi, buddy. Yeah, I just wondering, why did Mullen have the running back carry it with 3 minutes to go when he's been prone to fumble? They had their best running back, Pierce, on the bench. And I was looking at Rivals.com Gator Bait today, and there's also a bunch of crickets about Grantham. So, but yeah, I think that was a big mistake with having Pierce on the bench.
Man, listen, Matt. I'm gonna tell you this. If you're playing SEC football and you can't go into a game because people are scared you're going to fumble, then there's bigger issues. I'm not. There's like.
I agree with you, buddy.
I can't blame that on Mullen. I'm sorry. Like, the guy had other carries. He's had other carries. Like, you go out there, you play football, you put your best 11 out there, whoever that is. And at that point in Florida's offense, that's actually like 16, 17 guys. They're deep. If they fumble, they fumble. I mean, to go back, and I've heard this all day, to go back and say, well, you should have had this other running back in because of this or that. Man, come on. These guys are University of Florida, top-notch running backs. You just can't.
Was it a good hit?
No. He's absolutely.
It was just careless with the ball?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see, like, it wasn't one of those things where you're like, oh, I can see where
he didn't get popped.
No, he didn't get popped. But I don't know if, like, a hand got in there or helmet got in there. I don't know.
So he fumbled it on contact.
Yeah.
I just, the only reason I'm asking that is that, I'm a stickler for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it was beating my brain. No running back's worth 2 fumbles.
Right.
Like, you don't fumble the ball. That's something that's completely controllable. That being said, if you got smaller hands, if you don't really if you didn't get the handoff very well, it's a lot of factors that go into
Yeah,
it.
he got the handoff.
And no, I'm just saying a lot of the ball could be slick. It's not acceptable, but at the same time, I can promise you, if he's the start, it was your starting running back.
Well, there's a rotation in Florida. There's 3 guys. So
So there's got to be a guy who's clearly the alpha of them, or they're all
pretty even. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's really going armchair quarterback to question that. And I've heard a lot of people do it, and I get it. Like, he shouldn't have fumbled. But I've even heard people say, why are you even running the ball there? What do you mean? You want to literally throw every single down?
Jags do.
Yeah, that's true. Look how that's working out for him. Let's see. Andre, we going to call every week about FSU and getting under James' skin?
Man, I'm going to call every week. Every single week. Okay. I have 2 questions for James. One, should we not focus more on the run because that line seems to do way better run blocking than pass blocking? And second, man, do we miss Nasruddin that much on defense? Because they can't tackle. Look, I wish I could rush for 230 yards. I'm 5'9", 302. What's going on, James? Talk to me.
Oh, rewind, Andre. Rewind. How many yards you said you can rush for?
230.
230 at 5'9", 302.
This is like when I said I could rush for 1,000 yards in the NFL last year. I still believe it, just like Andre still believes that. I'm with him.
Okay. Go ahead, James.
All right. Okay, all right. Let me get myself back together. Oh wow, we got to.
Yeah, we.
Yes, they should focus on running the ball more. If you really, I know FSU fans don't want to hear this, and I know one of my colleagues in the media we got into an argument over theory and practice of football. But if you have watched Mike Norvell at Memphis and you have watched William Jerome Taggart in his lethal simplicity, you see a lot of similarities. And if you watch the game, they went better when they operated off of the zone read. It kept the defense honest. It kept them guessing because you had to pay attention to Travis's legs. And if you didn't practice sound principles, he was going to hand it off or he was going to be able to run it. I think that's the only way you can be effective. The problem is you leave your quarterback open to get hit. And I think Denny could probably back this up. Most scrambling quarterbacks that really, really just run a lot aren't always the most accurate.
No.
And you run the risk of him hurting himself, and then we have to go back to Blackman. But as far as just running it, I think Webb can be good eventually. He should be the number 1 guy, but so Foley coming in after that. But
I didn't watch a single play of that game, so I don't want to.
You didn't miss much.
I don't want to step.
I'm going to tell you this.
Did something change though with y'all's offensive line? Is it all of a sudden good?
No, they're okay.
So they've gotten better.
Yeah, they gotten better.
Okay. Because when somebody says, "Hey, why aren't we running the ball more?" I'm just assuming that means that your offensive line has improved. Because otherwise, you just want to run little quick passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean that's what you do with the RPO anyway, right? For the most part, until you try to hit them with a.
Yeah.
They got him with a slant and go once.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it at all. Andre, appreciate it, man. Yeah, we've got it. We're up against it here. Sorry, Andre. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to 8 o'clock coming up next.
1010XL is your home for play-by-play and Navy football. This week, the Midshipman Battle, East Carolina, Saturday at noon. Hear the games all season long on 1010 AM.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Ram Power Days.
We're having a huge sale on all new Ram trucks, and we want your trade, running or not. Trade in and trade up at Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bay Meadows. Save up to $14,000 off MSRP on select Ram trucks. That's right, $14,000. Drive a new Ram Bighorn from just $339 a month. Nobody can beat our selection. We'll have the one you want. Bring us your old pickup and get more for it. We will buy it, even if you don't buy from us. Don't wait any longer. Now is the time to buy. See our inventory at jaxcjdr.com. Call ahead for a test drive and we'll have your vehicle ready and waiting when you get here. Or we can bring the test drive to you. Save up to $5,000 on Challenger and up to $6,000 off Charger. Get 0% and make no payments for 90 days. Save big on Dodge Durango and Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Leading the way. I-295 at Bay Meadows.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, forgetful,
Who put this banana in the toaster?
you did?
Cool. Okay, just checking.
And even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Before your next flooring job, make Lowe's your first stop. See the latest styles in our new flooring showroom. We carry more tile, more vinyl, more laminate and hardwood than ever before. Whatever you need, we have the job lot quantities you expect at bulk pricing to save you money. Shop in store or online at lowesforpros.com. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Our pro team can help you get the job done right and on time. It's just one more reason why Lowe's is the new home for pros. U.S. only.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, you're probably looking for ways to stretch your dollar these days. So saving up to 30% on workers' comp insurance could mean more now than ever. That's why you owe it to yourself to check out your rate with Pi Insurance. With Pi, it's easy to find out if you're leaving money on the table. Just get an online quote in 3 minutes on your computer or smartphone. Simply go to trypi.com and see if you're overpaying for workers' comp. Pi Insurance was created exclusively for small businesses. Built to make workers' comp work for you. With a simple online experience and trusted service, Pi is rated excellent on Trustpilot by customers who say they make getting insurance as easy as pie. What are you waiting for? Find out today if you could save up to 30% for your workers' comp insurance. Ask your insurance agent for Pi Insurance or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
If you've been hurt on the job and your supervisor is pushing you around, call Farah and Farah at 396-5555. We'll help you push back, Jacksonville.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Fall is here and golf has never been more popular. If you're looking to get outside and learn a fun and safe game, call Hidden Hills Golf Club and our PGA staff will get you started right. Contact us at 620-0910 or visit hiddenhillsgc.com.
Brakes for less is what we do. We know drums, rotors, pads, and shoes. If there's a squeal in your wheel, come see the best. 733 Stop.
Brakes for less.
All we do
are brakes for less.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
I honestly, James, don't understand how these guys, like especially like linebackers in the NFL level, can function day to day with the hits these guys are taking. Did you see the fullback last night for Seattle? You may buy a jersey. This dude is the very definition of a thumper. He just runs and just hits anything in his way.
That's good. It's the definition of a good fullback.
By the way, Russell Wilson, are you kidding me last night?
Balled out.
He like
was that Hunter Henry?
I don't know.
Oh, I hope it wasn't.
Yeah, it
yes.
was.
Damn it! Yeah, boy.
I mean, he didn't play that great, but that last drive was unbelievable. 90 yards, 2 drop touchdown passes, and he's still on 4th down wins the game. Russell Wilson's a different breed, man.
DK as well, man.
Well, DK dropped the first touchdown pass.
And yeah, you're right. But that 4th down.
Oh yeah.
And then the catch he did make for the touchdown.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Vikings going for it? I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, because the reality is, you kick a field goal and they're still a 1-score game, right? And
It
you're
would've made
giving
it
the ball right. And if you get the half a yard, which they've been getting like 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Game's over. I mean, even after Dalco went out last night, they were just gashing him.
Who's that 25?
I don't know, but he looks like a stud, man. Let me grab before we get to anybody's 8 o'clock. Is this Lewis? Is that his name?
Yep.
Lewis, what's up?
How's it going, man?
Good.
How y'all guys doing tonight?
We're great, man.
That's good, man. Bad weekend for the Florida and Jaguars, man. But we're getting that week. Back to that Davis fumble. He actually got it punched out.
Did he?
Yeah, you can't expect that, man. That just happened. I mean, but you gotta carry that ball, man. You gotta hold on to it. But
yeah, I didn't remember seeing like what happened. I know he had gotten the handoff clean, but I didn't see.
Yeah, number one put a hand in it. He got a good hand on it. It happens, man.
Yeah.
If you got a 3 points of contact on the ball, the tip on your fingers, elbow.
He wasn't that far downfield. He was probably still like he should have had 2 hands on it.
Yeah, well, I was about to go
to
to that part, but even if you have it here and it's on your person, you should be fine. But we call it 2 hands in the thicket. Put both hands over it. It's impossible to punch it out. The only chance you can do that is if you got a little. My coach used to say you got a little daylight in the cavity. If you got that elbow up a little bit, that's how you that's how you fumble it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, I can make this my 8 o'clock. Appreciate the call, Lewis. You just 12 of 15 and 1 of 1, so 13 of 16 is what Texas A&M was on 3rd and 4th down.
Ooh.
But they kept him conservative. Like they weren't getting like 3rd and 12s and stuff like that. To me, it was like they were controlling the clock. They were getting into 3rd and shorters. And Kellen Mond is not going to play like that most games. This was just like a mixture of the worst things that could have happened.
No, it was. There was a lot of perfect storm moments for Florida. But if you are truly a top 5 team, I'm going to stay consistent with this. That game's not that close at the end. Like if you're truly a top 5 team, then you find a way to get 2 stops and you score. And until you can figure that out, they don't do rankings by individual position units, do they? I mean, it's team, right?
Yeah.
So I don't care if your defense gives up 41. You got to score 42.
Right.
I mean, Alabama gave up how many last week? I mean,
40 plus.
Right. But they never gave Ole Miss a chance to flip the script on them because they scored every time they had the ball. Like, if you have a Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback and you have a tight end that's supposed to be the best in the country that apparently people still aren't figuring out how to cover, and you have all these other weapons.
He was hurt, by the way.
That you've got to who?
It looked like Pitts in the second half.
No, I'm saying like people still have not figured out how to cover him.
Yeah,
Like, he's
yeah,
such a bad
yeah. I'm just
matchup.
saying we were talking about a mixture of bad things. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not giving anything to Florida. Like there's no excuse on why you lose that game. But there's also no reason to think that your schedule. Like I've heard Florida fans, or I saw Florida fans on Twitter talking about, man, we're a 3-loss team. Man, y'all just stop. Maybe they do lose 3, but that's not a 3-loss team. This happens every single year in college football to some of the best teams. Every year there's that one game. The elite teams pull that one game out. Clemson has that one game every year. Most of the years, they pull it out. They find a way at the end to pull it out. Like Alabama, I mean, how many natties have they won with 1 loss?
I mean, they get mulligans all the time.
All of Florida's natties came with 1 loss.
Yeah.
I mean, so you just go win football games. I'm sorry. Y'all even have
I got a couple, but I definitely have one. And it's my university. It's got nothing to do with the loss, and it's got nothing to do with Mike.
So we're all just going in our own colleges. I like this.
I like Mike. Mike continues to tell people how he wants to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't believe in moral victories. And one of the worst things that could happen to you, it's a lot of bad things, but it's definitely annoying, is when you tell somebody, this is how I want you to treat me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of treating you that way, they treat you worse. And not worse like mean. They treat you like a baby. They say, oh, shuck, it's okay. No, it's okay to be a loser because this happened to you. And the FSU fan base is so happy for a victory that they're making up moral victories. I saw somebody post, the bright side of things is that the defense held Notre Dame to 7 points in the second half. That doesn't tell the full story. Notre Dame's defense held Florida State to 6 points in the whole half. Florida State scored 20 points in the first half. I believe 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty good. At one point, Florida State was winning 17-14.
Mm-hmm.
FSU's points came off of crazy turnovers that happened with Notre Dame. One being a fumble, got
we
punched
talked about
out
last week.
Yep.
What y'all needed.
What you needed to happen. And then a muffed kick. But outside of that, any manufactured drives, it did not happen. You played a team with a pulse, and you did nothing. And yet and still, the fan base and this media who is so enamored with creating this narrative because you were so mean, which rightfully so, to the last guy, that you're afraid to do the same thing again. It's called moving the goalpost. You should not do that. You should be consistent. FSU did not improve. They did not look like a better coached team. They still run what we just saw what Drew Brees did, and it happens every now and then. But it should not happen more than 2 to 3 times a game over a course of 3 or 4 freaking games where you got guys in the same pair of underwear. That's a phrase for running a route, and there's literally, let's say there's 3 guys in 5-yard space. There was a play when Tamron Terry dropped the ball in the end zone, and people say, you put your hands on it, you should catch it. But they don't understand the fact that it was 2 post routes that literally met each other in the end zone. That should be impossible to happen.
Wasn't there an interception right there as well in the end zone? Or right by the end zone that y'all threw where there was the same type of thing?
Yes, if I remember correctly. But here's the thing, what happened with that. People aren't it's one-on-one. One-on-one situation, he has a better chance to catch it. But when you bring the other DB over there, if he catches it, he gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens once, all right, those guys did bad. But if it happens numerous times, you're literally calling that. That's the route concept. You have a chance to actually score a touchdown, and I think you ended up getting a field goal. We got a field goal where you have a illegal man down the field, Dante Lucas. Ain't nobody throwing in your fat ass. Why are you going down the field on a run play? And then after that, you get a false start. You know what that shows me? Still undisciplined. There was one good play where I just told you they ran a slant and go, but there's no consistency or continuity in what the play calling is.
Since I'm not a Florida State fan, can I pat him on the back about something?
What, giving up 200? I saw a stat before I let you do that. I was half paying attention, and I saw 230 yards, and I'm like, okay, 230 yards and a half. It's not bad, Run, pass, they've been running the ball. Then I realized it was 230 yards rushing.
Yeah, they gave up 353.
They ran this crossing route. Our defense couldn't stop the crossing route.
They were running counters.
We don't know how to spill.
Like...
We got the defensive ends learn how to spill and Pop Warner. We got defensive ends not spilling and giving up big plays. They could have ran a counter, or really they could have just ran right at us, ran crossing patterns. They could have burnt 7, who I have no idea why we even brought him into Florida State from Mississippi State. Mississippi State was glad that he left. You can't say it was a moral victory when they could have literally done whatever they wanted to do to you. And they show compassion. That's what they show. That's what
was it really like that?
Dude, there was no stopping their offense except for themselves. Defensively, when they wanted to blitz, they got there.
So, because what I was going to say, the halftime score was 35-3, right?
No,
35-20. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
35-20. Yeah. I was thinking about y'all score in the second quarter. I'm looking at it. Florida State teams the last few years, That final would have been 50-something to 20.
Right. So they fought.
No, I'm pointing out. We talked about this last week.
Right. And this is what I'm saying. But here's what happened with Notre Dame. And this is why I was telling people Notre Dame hadn't played in 2 weeks. Last week, Notre Dame had 30-plus players that could not practice due to the COVID.
Didn't realize that.
You literally went up against a team who a third of the team couldn't do anything, really. Depending on who the 30 were.
They couldn't even breathe.
If they were scholarship guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's more than a third, but I'm just going to go and say a third of the players couldn't do anything. Like, stop. Look at it for what it is. It was an enjoyable game.
Yeah.
But the second half is what really tells the story. A team made adjustments and knew they had you beat just enough to where they could just milk the clock. Because that's
Do
what
you
Notre
feel
Dame
better
did.
about Florida State right now than you did this time last week?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not bad. I still don't know what
I didn't
to
watch
feel.
the game.
And
so I don't know.
to put icing on the cake, I saw my good friend Monster, Bradley Jennings.
Yeah, that hurts today.
At Dick's Sporting Goods a couple weeks ago. It was good. When you see a good friend, you see an old friend you haven't seen in a while, especially due to COVID. He had it. You know, you check up on the guys. In passing, just a lob because he is. Hey man, how's Brandon thinking about Florida State? You know, he's staying encouraged. He talks to him, and
Brandon, his son, is one of the top linebackers in the country.
Like, man, I like Mike. He's doing okay. I don't really know what they're doing. I'm asking questions, and it's gonna be hard to send my son. We're gonna have to see things going. And then I got myself prepared, but then I saw this, and I'm like, that's what I think people
This
are
being
failing
that
to.
the kid decommitted today.
Yeah, that's what people aren't understanding is when you keep showing that product. Why would I go to Florida State?
Especially when you have options, yeah. A lot of options.
Moral victories.
And a brother at Miami.
Yeah, moral victories don't get you drafted. And you want me to come out there, you want me to put in, and I saw what my man Shade Tree said today. And he's right. Shade Tree was like, I wanted to make the coffee. I didn't want the instant coffee. And that sounds good. But Shade Tree's son ain't committed to Florida State for class of 22. So that tells me everything I need to know. Shade Tree ain't stupid either. But you gotta you gotta have guys who have focus on winning championships. I won't get into my other one, but that was just
we got all week to get into all this stuff, but I don't want to leave the night without talking about Miami Clemson.
We could do it. You want to do that in this next segment?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to.
Okay, I thought you were.
This
saying
was
8
the
o'clock.
tease.
Yeah, that was the tease.
That's a tease. Wow.
Yeah. Miami Clemson coming up next.
Catch high school football play-by-play on 1010XL.
This is Tim Krause of the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. We're back home on Friday night facing Westside. You can hear the game live at 7 p.m. on 92.5 FM.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, Maryland style crab house. Right here in Jacksonville, they're up. The guidelines remain the same. All right, distances between tables, all employees masked and gloved. Tableware and chairs sanitized after every use. Now, curbside pickup available. Open each and every day except for Monday, 4:30 through 9. For the best, just go to the bluecrabcrabhouse.com, located on Julington Creek Road.
This message is brought to you by Community First Credit Union.
Here's an idea. Let's make some plans. Plans to do all the things we've been wanting to do. And let's put those plans on solid financial ground. So if you have questions about your family or business finances, we have answers. Answers that can work for you and everyone in Jacksonville.
To get started, text ANSWERS to 797979 or visit communityfirstfl.org to schedule an appointment. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Franzi here for Big Chief Tire. There are certain things everyone hates doing. Going to the DMV, waiting on the cable repairman, and getting your vehicle serviced. Why? Because nobody has the patience. That's why Big Chief Tire prioritizes your time by getting the job done right the first time. They understand you want a stress-free experience where you don't get upsold on products or services you don't need. Schedule an appointment with Big Chief Tire's team of experts by visiting any of their 4 conveniently located Jacksonville stores or going online to BigChiefService.com.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. Two things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
Water and staying hydrated is one of the keys to life. It's essential. Your body's made up mostly of it. Make sure you're putting the best inside of your body. That's Alka-Vita alkaline water. It's got a high pH. It's at 8. And basically when you drink that, it helps your insides. It helps you get hydrated more. It helps flush out your body, flush out all those toxins, especially during football season when you're eating a lot of bad stuff and you're drinking a lot of bad stuff. Go to Alka-Vita.life to check them out. Check out all the different locations in the city of Jacksonville. They're doing a pop-up shop on October 17th in the Regency Square Mall where you can meet them and try the water. Alka-Vita.life, Alka-Vita alkaline water.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the fourth-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to rolling lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Why are you smiling? Dreams come true under the Friday Night Lights. Because I love football. Recap this week's high school football games and hear from the winning coaches on the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights on 1010XL.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and right now we're getting into the fall months. We're talking about hunting season. You've got some great rides for some guys, some ladies to go out and do a little hunting.
We do. We've got a full line of side-by-sides. We've got every Pioneer Honda makes in stock. We've got every Honda model ATV in stock. We are stocked up and ready for the fall.
Hot temps, cool temps, you've got it all. You've got something for somebody to ride.
We've got something for everybody, and we're ready to roll right now.
Online, cyclesofjacksonville.com, and check out the showroom right there in Atlantic and Regency.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what our winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at PlumbingJacksonville.com.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com, coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. Miami and Clemson squared off on Saturday night. I know JJ was glued to that game.
I was.
I flipped back and forth. I had that one and Alabama Ole Miss, which was a phenomenal game, and Kentucky Mississippi State, and kind of going back and forth on all of those. I got to tell you, like a couple without watching, you tell me how accurate I am here.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is a dog.
Yes.
Just.
Also, he was talking hella smack the entire game, and I liked it.
Yeah, which makes everybody like him even more. He has now gone, I want to say it's in the range of 360 passes since his last interception. Does that sound right? It is a lot, which is unbelievable. Travis Etienne
might be the best player in college football.
Could very well be. 17 carries, 149.
I've liked Travis Etienne since I first heard about him. I don't understand
why did he come back.
That's I really don't understand why he came back.
Yeah, and they've got a whole plethora of receivers
without their best one even coming back this year. Ross.
Well, he couldn't come back.
Well, yeah, he was hurt. Something.
Yeah, but let's make this about Miami for a second. When I just look at the box score,
probably didn't look as good as the actual game did.
Well, the box score tells me Miami has a little bit of an issue in that when I look at it, if you take De'Aaron King threw for 121 yards on 28 passes.
Did he? Jeez, I didn't even
no
think it got that much.
2 interceptions. That's not good.
Rushing touchdown, but yeah, garbage time.
If you take his rushing out, they had 11 carries by somebody other than De'Aaron King, split between 4 guys for a total of 5 yards.
They were trying to run that, read handoff, whatever, the entire game, and it wasn't working, and they just kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. The Miami offense was so pedestrian. It was so bad. It was almost like I forgot Clemson has complete freaks on defense too, and Venables. And Miami's defense actually played pretty dang good. Like, I know there's a lot of points scored by Clemson and whatever, but I came into the game expecting the offense to be the one that was going to be good and the defense to suck, and it was the complete opposite of that. So it got me a little worried about things going forward.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you without
on the offensive side.
Without having watched every single snap of the game, are you a little bit worried that there's going to be a minor Miami collapse like we've seen in recent years?
Just because it always happens. Like every single year we're going to lose the big one or whatever, and then we put our head between our tails and lose 3 in a row to some crappy teams. Pittsburgh is not a bad team, and it's at noon. Nobody's going to be there. It just smells like an L this week.
Really? You really think so?
Yeah, because last Saturday was so big for these guys. I just hope Manny and Lashley have some sort of offensive game plan to get things going early, get things back in the groove, totally forget about what happened against Clemson, because this offense is good.
I think this is the perfect game that shows everybody right now that there is the elite in college football, and then there's everybody else.
We're not even close to that level.
Because when a team can just line up and they can just dominate you in a way that makes you do nothing offensively, and there's nothing you can do about it except for get bullied for 4 quarters, frustrating.
It's why you have to have it's just a very strong commitment to your trenches.
Long term.
Like Clemson just has better trenches than Miami.
Miami's O-line's still very young. They're a lot better than last year.
Now, I will say this: Pittsburgh has a top 5, their top 5 in sack totals this season. So, yeah.
Damn it. Actually, the O-line's been pretty decent, so I'm not super worried about that.
I want to put this we can't. We are great, upstanding Christian young men on our defense. You can't use Florida State as an example. We wouldn't touch them. We wouldn't harm a fly.
That's true.
Like, we're a terrible example.
I was going off of a better school like UAB.
Yeah, like UAB gave you guys some pressure.
Y'all keep telling me about Pitt, but Pitt's lost 2 in a row now.
Oh, have they? I didn't know that. Thank God.
They gave up 30.
I thought they were still undefeated.
No, they gave up 30 to NC State and lost, and gave up 31 to Boston College and lost.
Oh, that makes
they
me
lost
so
to
great,
BC?
Actually.
Yeah, 31-30 in overtime.
Maybe BC was the good team I was thinking of.
No, you weren't.
I know there is an ACC team who is unbeaten.
And I just
North
watched
Carolina.
Georgia Tech just annihilate Louisville. And
yeah, they're nothing.
And Pitt barely beat them. 23-20.
Tech.
Didn't Miami barely beat them?
No.
Yeah, so I just can't really buy the Pitt hype right now.
Okay, good.
I just know we're not beating them either.
Yeah. Georgia Tech 2-1. Virginia Tech 2-1. Wow, everybody has a conference loss except Notre Dame, North Carolina, and Clemson. You're right.
I'm telling y'all, man, we're gonna get to
parity
that last week of college football, and it is going to be like mayhem. Like, as much as I talk about how dominant and how great Clemson is, and they are, and as much as I talk about how dominant and how great Georgia's defense is, and they are, if you were going to make me bet right now on if those two teams are going to be undefeated, I'd bet no. Just based on what we're seeing in college football. Y'all, Arkansas is playing everybody close. This is a team that didn't win in the SEC for some absurd amount of time.
They got a good OC.
Yeah, I mean,
Chomp.
Make the coaching changes, and now they're balling. That's just the perfect example. You don't need to look any further than Mississippi State's year and LSU. In fact, let's go ahead and break. You want to come back and talk about Ed Orgeron?
Yeah.
Will we have time?
Yeah.
All right, Ed Orgeron coming up.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF men's basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast orthopedic specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast orthopedic specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, things may have gotten tougher lately. You're probably looking for savings wherever you can find them, so you may be surprised to hear that most small businesses overpay for workers' compensation insurance. Many insurance companies just aren't set up to give small businesses the savings they deserve, but Pi Insurance was created to change that. We serve small businesses exclusively, and we can save you up to 30%. You owe it to yourself to find out if you're overpaying. Just get a quote right from your computer or smartphone at trypi.com. Pi Insurance is a no-brainer. With our simple online experience and outstanding service, we're rated excellent on Trustpilot by our customers, who tell us Pi is fast, affordable, and easy to work with. As easy as pie, in fact. Savings matter now more than ever. Isn't it worth taking 3 minutes to find out if you're overpaying for workers' comp? Ask your insurance agent for Pi Insurance or get a quote today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
You know Diamonds Direct is the proven value leader in diamonds. It's what we're known for all over America. But Diamonds Direct is also home to the world's finest and most sought-after jewelry designers. Literally dozens of the premier names in bridal and fashion. Jewelry most stores aren't even allowed to offer. We invite you this Friday and Saturday to be part of an epic 2-day designer event in our showroom. For both days, we turn the spotlight on our very popular A. Jaffe collection, handcrafted in New York. A. Jaffe has been meticulously designing bridal jewelry for over 125 years. We've flown in the entire A. Jaffe collection for this special event, so you can come and express your individual style and discover the A. Jaffe difference. We'll have designer representatives in store with an expanded selection, special pricing, special financing, and extra incentives. So come join us as we show off one of the elite designer collections that help make Diamonds Direct special. It's this Friday and Saturday only at Diamonds Direct off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. And as always, at diamondsdirect.com.
Stay close to the Seminoles with the Florida State Seminole Report.
I'm ET, and I'll be delivering the weekly news and notes you need to know.
Florida State Seminoles. Brought to you by Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride on 1010XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Ram Power Days.
We're having a huge sale on all new Ram trucks, and we want your trade, running or not. Trade in and trade up at Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bank Meadows. Save up to $14,000 off MSRP on select Ram trucks. That's right, $14,000. Nobody can beat our selection. We'll have the one you want. Get 0% and make no payments for 90 days. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, I-295 and Bank Meadows.
Before your next flooring job, make Lowe's your first stop. See the latest styles in our new flooring showroom. We carry more tile, more vinyl, more laminate and hardwood than ever before. Whatever you need, we have the job lot quantities you expect at bulk pricing to save you money. Shop in store or online at lowesforpros.com. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Our pro team can help you get the job done right and on time. It's just one more reason why Lowe's is the new home for pros. U.S. only.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss America 2020 Camille Schreier. Join me in support of DEA's National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, Saturday, October 24th. Please get rid of the unused or expired prescriptions in your medicine cabinet. They could end up lost, stolen, or simply misused. Protect your family and our communities, and let's all keep prescription drugs out of the wrong hands. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Where are we at on Eddie O? Are we still pro Eddie O?
I like him as a person.
What's going on over there?
They lost a lot.
They did lose a lot.
They didn't have a spring.
They did lose a lot. But
the COVID.
You have the best recruiting classes. It's not looking good for Eddie O. It looks like everybody else pitched in but him last year.
The COVID. What are all the other excuses that Florida State used? The divorce.
Well, they got hurricanes.
Oh,
yeah, hurricane.
They had to move the game last second.
They did have to move the game.
I mean, this is tough in the Coleman household, man. Trey's got this good film. He makes the news. Shout out to First Coast News for putting his touchdown on.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty big. People are recruiting him to play tackle. Moving up in the world.
Not defensive tackle or offensive tackle.
No, like tackle football.
Right.
I was wondering the same.
They're like they're like we see that speed. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna hold off on the hits for the kid. But I don't know where he's gonna go right now. I don't know what he's thinking.
What's the grace period?
Can't send my son to a loser.
Oh, Dodgers just run the tie. What's the grace period for
3 weeks?
Oh,
man, he's good. He next year.
4 weeks.
If they go 3-7 this year, he'll still keep his job.
Oh no, he'll keep his job. It's just he's getting knocked down.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like
he got knocked down.
Fuck them. I'm talking about our grace period. He was our favorite.
Yeah, I still love him, but I mean, he's to me. I'm just gonna have to say it. To me, he's a fraud.
Nobody's worse than the Pirates.
I disagree.
Nobody's worse than the Pirates.
I don't. Well,
without those coordinators,
the Pirates scored 2 points, and he's an offensive.
Bro, Eddie O gave up 45 to Missouri.
What is Eddie O a guru of besides jambalaya and gumbo? The Pirate is supposed to be a guru, offensive guru. That is the opposite of offensive guru. You got given 2 points.
Yeah,
that's the worst
you didn't
score.
Even earn those.
That was actually the worst.
FSU's national title.
That was the worst deep snap I've ever seen in my life. By the way, Joker snapped it 40 yards. Well, we'll talk more about Eddie O tomorrow on LSU tomorrow.
He's worth more than 3 minutes.
We had too much to get into tonight. Y'all have a great night. Actually, we won't talk tomorrow. We'll talk on Wednesday. Wednesday, 9 o'clock. We'll be right back here.